Hello again, guys, and welcome back to the GPWS. And on this episode, we're just kind of, after looking at the comments in the last video, thanks again, guys, for commenting. Always appreciated. Looking in the comments of the last episode, we're mostly going to be still screwing around with this spring and this movement plate, and I'm starting to slowly think that maybe I should, obviously I shouldn't have removed this spring right here. Because, well, it won't go back on. I can't seem to get it to go back on in any sort of way here. And these two Style 9 movements in the corner here mounted to a piece of wood, they failed in their own individual way. So, I ended up, this one was in really nice shape. I think the spring barrel or something, it wouldn't wind up anymore. I think the Stopworks had a heart attack or something, and it just wouldn't work. This had the exact same problem, except this one I decided to leave outside from last July to, I don't know, sometime this May. So that's what a Style 9 movement looks like when you leave it outside for an entire year. As I said, I didn't say, but these movements are totally lost causes. Rivets there. I figured I'd just do something fun with them. So they're Gorilla Glued to this piece of wood. And they have the wire springs on them too, as you can see, except it goes farther back. And as you can, this one's covered in rust. I don't know. I shouldn't have removed. I should have just, well, on this one you can push the spring just a little bit down. How can you do that? See, look at that. I should have just done that and removed it. No, I had to go ahead and remove the whole thing. Oh yeah, I tried to wind this thing up. The arbor. Or not the arbor, the winding, I guess it is a winding arbor, snapped off and ruined the key that I was trying to use. So that, yeah, these Style 9s are total junk. The balance wheels are not. They have been left alone. I guess I can use this as an example for pinning the balance wheel on this movement because they're basically the same. So anyway, no, I didn't just ruin two perfectly good clocks. These were lost causes. I actually will mention briefly that the Rusted Movements balance wheel was removed before I left it outside, so I've got a spare late balance wheel, so no, I didn't ruin that. I've got a parts Style 8 over here, which I might grab the top plate off of. I mean, I don't know. Well, I know I've been talking a lot about bending this plate, but I don't know if it necessarily needs bending. Listen, guys, I'm just trying to work out this spring thing here. Let's worry about bending the plate. Actually, now that I've got two movements here, I can actually compare them. This looks, I don't know. Let's compare them. Okay, what you're looking at now is the movement we've been working on, and as you can see, it's kind of bent sort of up and around on this side. It's kind of rounded over here. Here's the parts movement, and I've just realized that the spring on its top plate is also missing, so that's great. It's flat. Well, the alarm hammer is slightly blocking it, but it is flat. And this one's a bit rounded. So I don't know if that'll make much of a difference in the way the spring would be. I guess it would somewhat. Yeah. I'm gonna try and bend this down and have it look more like this one. Is this making sense, guys? I hope it is. Okay, we're gonna try bending this with the movement assembled, and we're just gonna grab some pliers, no grips on them, the gripless pliers, and try and bend this thing down. And yeah, OK Bridges was right, it actually isn't hard to manipulate. Unlike other plates, this is just soft aluminum, not brass, and I think that's straighter. That's pretty good. I don't think that's bad right there. I don't think we're too bad right there. I think we're okay. Oh, here, maybe I'll move it down there. There we go. I think that's, it may not be perfectly straight, but it's, try and move it up a little bit. Push it down and then manipulate it up. If that makes any sort of sense. I don't know if that light makes it better or worse for you guys. I don't know. There we go. Yeah, that's definitely better than it was. Okay, well, we'll leave it like that, and we'll try and install this goofy little spring here again. It's nice to fix a problem that you created. You know what I mean? So, OK Bridges in the comments, he claimed this was bent the wrong way. And if we look at our wood-mounted Style 9s, it went something like that. And now, the Style 9 version of this isn't the same, so we're going to, I don't know, we're going to, well, the end seems to be the same, but it's a longer spring in general. Okay, so how does this go on? So this goes, so there's this edge on it like this, and it mounts, or it goes, oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. So it mounts in here like that, or it goes, which way does this thing go in? I think it goes, oh, I just had it. Okay, this bottom part here goes in there like that. Okay, and there's no real tension on this thing. Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting problem, I'll give you that, guys. Tell you what, though, guys, the tweezers are making this less painful for you and for me, because we can actually see what I'm trying to do here. So this thing's supposed to have tension on it, but I don't seem to be. I don't know where this, you know, on the other movements it appears straight. I don't know where this stupid bend right in the middle came from. I mean, I just took this thing off. You saw it. It went, quote unquote, flying across the room. Yeah, I don't know where that bend in the middle came from. Was it always like that somehow? I don't know. Try and get this in here. Like this. Well, there was some tension on it there for a second. I don't know, I'll try and... it's such a goofy little way they've done this. Oh, okay, we're kind of on. Not really. This spring almost needs glue on it. The way it's... Well, I don't know, that might have spoke too soon on that one. Whoops. Jeez. Okay. Let's see here. Put it under there. See, there's no tension on it anymore. And I think, yeah, I think when you take it off the first time, or when it pops off, I think it's sort of game over for you. I don't know. I'll try and work on this off camera a little bit more, but as you can see, like, this is sort of what I'm coming up with. It's not really much going on in the tension department. As you can see it here, it looks much straighter on there, and it goes back in there. And then since this spring is longer, for some reason they decided to make it longer on the Style 9, it goes further back. And for those of you who are new here, know the Style 9 isn't the same clock as the Style 8. It's got similarities, but it's not the same. And that's why we're looking at it. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to experiment with this off camera, and I'll come back to you guys with something. Putting it back on the movement stand, which I should have done a while ago, reveals that there was sort of a, well, not that specifically, but anyway, I should have been working with this on the movement stand. There was a sort of tension that this thing originally had when it was first installed, and it was left alone until I, of course, took it off. And now that tension doesn't want to seem to come back the way it must have been installed in such a crazy way. I'd like to know how they did that. I did that at the factory. I don't know, we don't seem to have that same tension here. I can't seem to get it on. Like, I mean, here it's a little bit, you know, there's a little bit of something, but the spring just moves up with it. Maybe you have to bend it forward or something? I don't know. Maybe you bend it straight like that. And see, now it doesn't. See, look at this. This isn't. I don't know. I think I was. I don't know. As I said, there seems to be a tension that this thing originally had, which you somehow screw it up when you take it off. Yeah, this spring, really, guys, it should be left alone. And actually, I think I've just got this on slightly the wrong way. This needs to be over over like this, over on this side of the pivot, whoops, or over on this side of the arbor. And I can't get this off, whoops. Well, at least the tension sort of came back. Here, let me get that over there, whoops. Oh yeah, see, now it's sliding around. I don't know, it must have been, as I said, installed in such a crazy way. And I think only through seeing that can you really figure out how to get this back on the right way. Whoops. I don't know, I think it was supposed to be installed something like that. But then again, it doesn't have that same, I don't know. It's something else, and it just came off. It's a different breed of spring, I'll tell you that. Whoops. The closest I can seem to get, or the closest I'm seeming to get with this is having it like this, over this, and then like that. Oh, now there's no tension again. Great, yeah, see, it's not... Which way was this on here? I don't know, this... What a goofy design, hey? It's such a Westclox and their stupid little springs there. We're never doing this again, viewers. We are never taking this spring off again. I don't care if I don't care. We're not doing this again. Because if it's like this, it seems to be do or die. And I think I'm gonna upload this video as it is. I might honestly, guys, I might put this whole project on hold until I can find another top plate for one of these movements. Because, well, with the spring on, because there's a top plate here that's missing its spring, and that's an oil streak, by the way, where the spring once was. Actually, we can kind of learn a bit off this too. Okay, there's the oil line, so we see exactly where the spring was. And yeah, it just went straight along like that. See that line of oil there? That oil stain, or whatever you want to call it? See it? There it is. It goes along and back there. It just went straight through originally. What a bizarre... Huh. I think that's the best image you can get of how the spring originally was. It looks like a straight line. You'd never guess that there was a bend in it. But I guess that's how it had tension, that bend, which we've seemed to have completely botched that up here. I think we just bent this spring too in our travels to manipulate it. Whoops. Yeah, this seems to be bent now. Fantastic. Yeah, this is never coming off again, because that's not a piece that you necessarily need to take off. You can just manipulate it to the side to get this off, and then you're in the clear. So anyway, guys, I'll try and get this out to you as soon as possible. Maybe there'll be some more discussion in the comments about how the heck this works. Honestly, guys, I think it just made it worse. I mean, look at it now. Oh, boy. Yeah. I don't know. What's easier, bending this or a hairspring? I think a hairspring, honestly, might be easier than this. Because you know how it originally went, and it's not bent for the second you unpin it. Man, oh man, viewers. Anyways, you get the picture of what's going on here. Very irritating times here. So, yes, viewers, I hope you got something out of this. Because I know I definitely did. And we'll do the next part of, as I said, I might put this whole project on hold. I've actually got like 3 projects on hold. I've got the Taylor timer, which I did reattempt with zip ties. I did attempt binding the springs up with zip ties. Zip ties are too big for that. So obviously Taylor, that factory, must have put the timer springs in wound up. So I'm sorry, OK Bridges, the Bradford Needham zip ties method doesn't work for that timer because the zip ties themselves are too thick and it blocks the springs. So anyway, and then of course there's that dollar watch we're working on where the third wheel pinion had a, I don't know what happened there. And then we've got this. So I don't know, at least we know what the problems are. Well, at least for the watch and this, we know what the problems are, how to do it. Oh boy, I just don't like having a whole bunch of projects unfinished. But it seems to be that might be the way to go for this. I don't know. I might just have to, as I said, wait for another top plate to come on by. If you guys are doing this on a stylite of your own, don't remove the spring on here. And if you have, I'm sorry. I wasn't aware that you weren't supposed to remove that. Or maybe you were, I don't know. Maybe this whole time I've just been putting it on and it's wrong, but yeah, I'm not gonna, we're going around in circles here, viewers. Moral of the story is, don't take the spring off. So anyways, guys, I've been talking for way too long, and we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that for now.